Hello friends, welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about math class in Java. So, what is math class? Class is a class which will brings up with math functionality into Java. So, mathematical operations are all supported in Java, as we seen in operators lesson. So, math class will provide with us with additional functionality to handle mathematical operations. So, one other important thing to understand about math class is that when you use math class functionalities, there is a chance of having overflow and underflow. Overflow means value will be greater than our container value. So that is a chance. If you calculate the large values, then at that time there is a possibility. So we have to handle that specifically. And there is a chance of underflow. Underflow means value is less than whatever the least amount which can hold by the particular data type. So that we need to understand. And next we can understand, we are seen in the imports lesson, we can do static import of math class. So we can avoid using the class name. So next we'll discuss about methods inside the math class, which are, I am not going to explain about every single method because it will take a lot of time, but I will explain about some of the important methods which are there in the math class. So in math class, there is a method called as ABS. So ABS will return you the absolute value of a particular number. So the number's absolute value means removing the negative sign, and the absolute value will be like that. Next thing is max. So max will return you the maximum value of between two numbers. If you pass two numbers, it will return you the maximum value of the two number. Next method is round. So round will do the rounding of operation. It will round the particular decimal places and it will give you the particular value. Next is the sqrt, square root of the particular number will be returned you for after using the math.sqrt function. Next method is power, pow. So power will return, we can pass two values in the value comma the particular exponent value which we want to provide. So that will be math.power. Next next thing which you need to understand is math class has also constants which we can use in our program, such as pi, e, etc. The constants will be there. So next we will discuss about other methods. The first one is floor method. So floor method is used to, if you are have an integer and you want to find the nearest lower integer value, the nearest to that integer, then that will be floor. We will get the floor value. Next thing which you need to understand is the seal. So seal will be the greatest closest to the particular integer, greatest value of integer closest to the particular number. Next is the log will give you the logarithmic value of a particular mathematical operation. And next thing which you need to understand is exp will uh, give you the e to the power whatever the value you want to provide, that value you will get. So in this lecture we are seeing about math class. One more thing to understand is math class has lot of functionalities to have trigonometric functions such as sine, cos, tan. All the functionality is there in math class. Also logarithmic functionality also is available. So we can calculate the log and tan value, sine value, cos value. All the values can be calculated. So let us see some practical programs based on this math class. In this program, we are going to see math class different constants as well as methods inside the particular math class. So we will see about math class. Let's start. So here I am printing out the constants pi and e. Pi, we all know the radius, how to calculate the area will be pi r square. So at that time we will use the pi value. So the pi value is available in math class. And after that I'm using the e value. E will be the exponent e. So that e will be used to calculate logarithmic functionality and everything. We will use e. And the next thing is I'm printing out the methods which is present in the math class. So the methods are, the first one is the ABS method, absolute value. So if a negative number is there, its absolute value will be calculated and printed. Next is seal method. Seal method means you want to find out the most near largest integer value which is close to the particular decimal value. So at the time seal can be used, which is explained in the theoretical section. Similar to that, floor value. So the lowest value, integer value which is near, that will be printed. Next is exponent function. So e to the power whatever you want to print, that value will be printed. Next is the increment exact. So it will exactly increment the particular value by one number. So you will see how the increment exact will work. Next method is math dot power. So math dot power, it will find the particular power of the particular two numbers which will pass. For example, 10 raised to 2. So 10 square will be printed. That value whatever is there, it will be calculated. Next thing is math.max. So it will print the max value between the two values, whichever the max value is there, that will be printed. Now let us see the output to see each one by one how what is the value is getting printed. So here we can see the output as generated. So one by one the values are getting printed. So you can see the constants values are getting printed, and each method, seal value, floor value, exponent value, e power value, everything is getting printed one by one, and you can see the values are getting printed. So now let us see another program based on math class in Java. Now let us see another program on math class. So in this program we are going to roll a dice, but we roll a dice and calculate its values. So rolling a dice, we know how to play, do that in games and all. We used to roll the dice. So the roll dice can have six different outputs, 1 to 6, whatever the values is there, that can be possible. So in this program we are using the math.random function, which will return you a particular value between 0 and 1.0. So that will be a decimal value. So I am getting the decimal value, and then here I am multiplying the value, uh, multiplying the value with 10, and then calculating the remainder with 6. So if it is, for example, if the remainder will be 5.2 or like that, then I am using the seal method to seal it to 6. So like that, the value, final value will be returned as a 6.0, and then I will cast it to integer value. So the final return value will be 6. So like that, for each stage, each row or each permutation of the dice, will be an output for this. So like that, this program is, let us see the output to see what is the result when we roll the dice. So here for me the roll dice output was 2. So let us again run this program. So here I am getting 1. So every time if I roll the dice, the output will be different, and it is the functionality using the math.random function. So let us summarize this lecture. In this lecture, we are seeing about math class, which brings up mathematical operations in Java. So you have to be using this math classes carefully to avoid large values. If comes into a particular container of a small container, then there will be an overflow and underflow, which you have to handle. So we will discuss about more about this kind of in the when we discuss about big integers and big decimals, then we will understand how to avoid this kind of scenarios. So thank you for watching this lecture. Please continue watching the series.